If you own a Land Rover Discovery 1, you already know the deal. These things are legends off-road, built like tanks, full of character, and they rust. Especially right here. The front wheel arch mine finally caught up with me. So today I'm taking you through the whole rebuild, start to finish. Cutting out the rot, welding in new metal, and getting this thing back to how it should look. Let's get into it. So here's where we're starting. This front arch has been bothering me for a while, a bit of bubbling under the paint, and once I got the wire wheel on it, it was worse than I expected. Classic disco spot for it too. Mud and water get thrown up off the front tire, sit in the arch lip and the seams behind the liner, and over the years it just eats through the metal from the inside out. Before I touch anything with a grinder, I always want to know how far it's spread. So I'm going around the edges with a screwdriver, pressing into the metal, checking for that soft, crumbly feel versus solid steel. That'll tell me exactly how much I need to cut out. No point patching over rot and having it come back in a year. One advantage here, the body's already off the chassis, wiring aside. So I've got full access to the arch from every angle without fighting brake lines or trim. First job's a proper clean, degreaser, wire brush, then the grinder with a flap disc down to bare metal. And yeah, it's worse than I thought. Always is. Now the part everyone dreads, cutting out the rust. Marking the damaged area with a paint pen first, staying well into good metal on all sides, because there's no point welding a new patch on a steel that's already going soft. Cutting disc for the bulk of it, body saw where the disc can't reach, smaller tools into the tight spots. The arch lip, the double skin seams, all the places rust hides where you can't see it until the panel's open. Sure enough, behind the second skin here, there's more than I expected. By the end, there's a proper hole where solid steel used to be. Looks worse before it looks better. That's normal. Time to make new metal to fill it. Pre-press panel for the arch lip curve. That compound shape's hard to get right freehand. The odd-shaped sections around it, I'm fabricating myself from sheet steel, matching the original gauge. Cardboard templates first, transferred onto the sheet, cut with snips, shaped on the wheeling machine with a mallet and sandbag for the tighter bits. Test fit, trim, test fit again. A tight gap all the way around, a couple of millimeters for the weld, not overlapping and not bridging a big gap. Then the MIG welder, thin wire, low amps, short tacks, so the panel doesn't warp. Square it up, work around the joint, letting it cool between welds, and that patch stops being a separate bit of metal and starts being part of the car again. Once it's fully welded, I'm grinding the welds back, not flush to nothing, just enough to blend the seam in, checking with my hand as much as my eyes. Every seam and bit of bare metal gets treated before it sees paint. Rust converter, weld through primer, etch primer over the repair, and seam sealer with stone chip on the inner skin where it takes the abuse. No filler anywhere on this car. Straight off the weld. Work back with the grinder until the panel lines are true. Guide coat, block back, primer, then base color and lacquer to match the rest of the car. Factory level good. Not a show car finish, blending in without looking like an obvious repair. So that's the front wheel arch rebuild done. Rot cut out, new metal in, properly protected, and painted to match. If you're dealing with the same thing on your Disco, or any Land Rover for that matter, don't just fill over it. You have to chase the rust back to solid metal, or it'll be back within a year, guaranteed. If you found this useful, stick around. There's more of this Disco's rebuild coming. Drop a comment if you've got questions about anything I did here, and I'll catch you in the next one.